Nice, we're live. Excellent. So sorry guys, I missed this week's stream. It was a little bit busy at work, so I kind of had to skip those, but we're back today and a pretty good stream in store. One of our community members on Discord brought up this topic. It's how do we transition from dynamic poses? And it's pretty cool. The way I like to do it, the way I've been shown how to do it, it's pretty fun. So we'll get into it now. Before we do that, I just want to show you guys some progress. This Kirby rig is turning out pretty good. I just am fixing up the master controllers, and we added a 360 turn. So this should be ready either today or tomorrow. Oh, that's a little bit messed up, but that's fine. So you guys will be able to download this rig on my Gumroad pretty soon. All right, back to this. So let's start posing out our character. We're going to need a draw over thing. And a show I recently worked on, it was called Gary and His Demons. They had a lot of dynamic poses, snappy timing, and it was really like pose-to-pose animation. And the way they did it, it was basically they had two dynamic poses. They had a couple frames of like ease, and then they would just pop into their next pose, have a little overshoot, and that's how it would work. Nice. Long time no see. Yes. You were on the first streams, and you're back. Nice. I hope you've been doing well. And yeah, so I'm going to show you a little bit of what I learned on that show. So first we need a dynamic pose. I have my reference over here. I want him to start in kind of like a fighting stance. And then we can kind of make him either like flex his muscles or do something crazy like that. So let's see. I'm going to start by just sketching in. Let's give us some space. So let's move our frames over to the end. We'll have him this direction. Perfect. Okay. Now let's start sketching in what we want our first pose to be. All right, I want to kind of zoom through this because I don't want to focus too much on the posing part. I want to focus on the animation part. So maybe we'll have, oh, I need a peg. Move this guy forward. Nice. So here we'll have him. Let's see, I'm trying to look at my reference. A good reference here. Okay, yeah, let's have him actually go the other way then. Good thing this is a 360 rig. There we go, that's much better. Here. Really, eh? Honestly, it's too bad. This rig is really, really awesome. Like, especially if you're trying to practice for like a studio as well, this rig is better than basically a lot of stuff you're going to get in a studio. So we need his arms to be like this, but it is kind of heavy. You're right. We'll have his fist this way. It's a little too. Oh, I'm so used to working on a Mac. I keep pressing the Alt key. Whoops. I don't want to spend too much time. So there's that. This hand is going to be back like this. I'm really going to start preparing files before these streams. Just I never really have time because I always am working. We'll have a cool like foot. I'm sure this rig can handle it. We already tested this rig out with the most some dynamic poses before, so I know it can handle these poses. Right, there we go. A nice like kung fu stance. Okay, with the feet. What time is it? 45 minutes. So it's a little late. I don't want to run too late for this stream, but I at least want to get to the animation part. Okay. Nice. Let me make another one. I'll kind of draw over that again. Normally, I like to pose it first and then do my second draw over, but we're in a rush today, so I'm just going to speed through this. Right, trying to be really confident with my lines, even just do one line, and then I can kind of fill in the blanks later. Right, that's going to look nice. Boom, boom. The feet will be fine. Goodness, what did I just do? The shoulders, I feel, is where we're going to have some trouble. Boom. We're going to get some nice foreshortening there. We may have to draw in a few new hands, but you know me, I don't like to do that, so might not do that. Okay, let's start posing. I'm wondering, does he have master controller? Where are his controllers? There we go. See, so this is when I would use these controllers, guys, in the posing stage. The torso. Oh, he even has ones for hands, the body, mouth, head. Let's see. Seems I don't know how to use them. Weird. I guess we're not using the master controllers. It doesn't matter. I can just pick my frames. Everything I know is going to tween well. What's going on? I want it this way. What's happening? Copy. Let's do it like this. No, I don't want to copy the cells. It's so weird why I can't copy and paste. Close this. Copy. Paste. Paste. So strange. What is happening? What if I just move this frame? Okay, maybe I just don't know how the pegs work on this rig. Oh, see, I fucked something up here. If I just key all these. Let's try and move the head. What is going on? Head. Whatever. I don't know why it's not working. Are my hotkeys not working? I mean, it would be pasting if that was the case. Okay, thank you. Here. This is super annoying. I don't know what's going on. Move these. I don't need that. This. Drop it. Because I remember even when I used this rig before, I definitely did not have this problem. Here. 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 Now we're going to just move everything into place. I guess we're just going to have to work with this direction for now. I don't know how to get the master controllers to work. Right, boom, boom. We'll give him a quick expression. Eyebrows down. His mouth is drawing substitutions. I gotta look how he built his mouth, actually, because I like it. Hands, does he have fists? See, yes, he does. Nice. One, and does he have a fist for this? He does. Oh, loving this. Quickly pose him. Move this over here. Right, and this is usually where I would do my second draw over, but we kind of skip that step, and we're just going to go right into getting the pose. I still might have to do it, though, for these, you get the curves nice. Use this tool so we can manipulate different deformers at once. 3, we'll go up here. This is like my favorite tool. When my supervisor showed me this, it just is a game changer. Okay, nice. One pose, pretty dynamic, right? Let's do a draw over now again. Now we'll go in and really, well, let's make this smaller even. Make it 5, and now we can really get some details. Do we have any smoothing on this? Let's do it to 15. Right. Trying to follow the curves of my reference. Right, like this, like that. His knee is going to be this way. Let's see if I can get this effect. Like his knee is facing in. His foot, we can definitely get a cool angle with his foot. I remember the way the feet are made are really cool. They're not just drawing substitutions, they're like deformers, which is awesome. We can really exaggerate this. Even his neckline. We'll go here, and now for the arms, we can really get some nice curves there. And that's where the deformers really make a difference, I think, is in the arms. You can really make your arms look realistic with all those different curves. Are you using a PC or a laptop? I'm using a laptop. It's an Acer Nitro Pro. So it's like a high-speed gaming laptop. And I bought it when I started, like, the pandemic hit, and I was working from home. because my laptop was shit and I needed something reliable to do my work, and I haven't had any problems with this. It's a little expensive, but if you're serious about animation, like, it's worth it. I haven't had problems crashing, no lost files, nothing. And my computer used to crash literally every day with my old laptop. Handling more scenes, right? You can get your work done faster. It's way better. And like the amount of work I was able to take on, this laptop paid for itself in like a month, you know? Okay. Here, here, here. And even if I go a little over time today, I don't really mind, because I want to get this. I want to show you guys the animation part. The posing part's cool, right? But we want the animation. Okay, here, here. And yeah, any questions, guys, let me know. We also have a place in our Discord now where you can suggest topics for future streams. So if you're into that, it helps me because I don't have to think of topics. It helps you because you get to see what you actually want to see. Head over to our Discord and let me know what topics you want to see covered on these streams. And I love this rig. It's so much fun. I honestly wonder how much, or if Jordan does freelance. I would love for him to rig something for me. It's awesome. And so much fun to use. I feel my rigs, when I make them, they're just a pain in the ass to animate with. His rig is super smooth. Here. Follow this curve. Here. And yeah, so the show I was working on, it hasn't come out yet, so I can't share any of my animation. But when it does, I can show you guys the snappy, dynamic pose-to-pose animation we had on that. Because a lot of it was on like 2s or 3s. It was all very like, it wasn't smooth animation. Or that's not the right word to say. It like wasn't on 2s or 1s, but it was smooth because of this method that we're about to use. Okay, let's see. This guy here. Right, and see this, my draw over method. Right, you can get things done pretty quick. If you get used to it, you can you don't have to do everything all at once. You can kind of break and bend the rules. In the end, you're going to get a nice dynamic pose without losing your mind with the rig. Nice. His legs are going to be really muscular. Muscular. So this is the kind of thing, if you could probably be off model this pose, but who cares? Okay, now for the feet. You can animate punch or kick or something cool. Yes. I think next week I'll do that, but I'll have the poses already done. So then I can just get right into the animation. Let me see. Discord server here. Let me get it for you. Edit channel, invites. Create one. Copy. And paste. Here. That's the link to the Discord server, guys. You can join, suggest topics for other streams, and even post your animation, your work. Super fun. Full of a great community of artists. It's actually growing quite a bit since we started. So this is really amazing. I know like these streams are a little long, but I really like doing them as opposed to videos now, because you don't have to spend as much time editing, and it really shows the full process. So I'm really loving these streams, but I got to make a few other videos as well. These streams are good to, I guess, to learn, but sometimes like I mess up or it's really hard to follow what I'm doing. So when I record things, it's a little bit easier to follow, like a tutorial, because like I edited a bunch. I make sure that I'm being clear. You know what I mean? On the streams, it's kind of a free for all, which is cool. It's not always the best. All right. I think that's about done. This foot, we don't even need to touch it. Okay, that's a dynamic pose, right? There you go. Look at that. Go in. We want a little bit of overlapping action here. So let's bring the kneecaps forward, this back. Oh, I love how he did the pants too. That is awesome. I gotta break this rig down and steal some ideas. Right, some nice overlap there. There we go. Knee. With this, I'm gonna move it back. Move the knee forward. Anyone watching, are you guys in school? Are you trying to be like an animator in a studio? Do you just do it for a hobby? Let me know. Okay. I think that's good enough for our first pose. Let's get this here. What is that? Patch. Put a pocket. Move the pocket down. You got everything, man, on this rig. It's so detailed. It's so easy to use at the same time. Look at those shoulder patches. Okay. So there's one. You go master. We're going to keyframe, but what we're going to do is I'm going to drag this frame here again. So I need to, when you're doing dynamic posing and animation, it's good to reset back to on model, because if I went right from here to my next pose, things are going to get really weird. I might make the character too big or too small or whatever. So at least this way, I know, oh, he's back to normal. The proportions are correct. He's going to be on model. And now I can go and do my next pose. All right, so let's have him go here, and he'll go like maybe like he's flexing his arms, like he, you know what I mean? Let's do that. Let me see if I can find a nice reference. Let's see. You'd be surprised at how hard it is to find a reference of someone flexing. Okay, so here I got one. So let's have him go from this pose to this pose. So let's get a nice turn in his hips this way. Let's have him step like that. And let's have his foot this way. I'm not too worried about where his foot placement is. I can worry about that after. And let's have his arms come up here like he's flexing. Right, so down, up. Okay, so now I kind of want him to stay on model. So I'm going to the classic approach. Right, we're going to put him in place. His arm's probably too big here. Let's change the hand. Move the shoulder up like that. And then there. Boom. So now I need my onion skin. I need to plant the feet first. So let's see. He's going to plant on this foot. So this foot isn't really going to move too much. We just need him to move here. Right? Like that. So here, pull. See, his feet are planted. So now let's redo this draw over. What the? What in the world is happening? I'm not sure why. Just get a new drawing. Don't know what was going on there. Let's delete those. Okay, perfect. Quickly, so we had a nice curve. Right now we can stay a little bit more true to the actual shapes. Okay, boom, boom. I'll try and make this clean so we don't need to do another pass. I mean, I also could have done this traditionally, but I didn't think about it. Because I find animating traditionally, a lot of things that you learn, well, it makes sense because it's just animation. You can really, it really improves your cutout animation as well. So even if you're on your own, you don't have Toon Boom or access to Toon Boom, it's still good to get some traditional animation practice in, because there the computer doesn't help you at all, right? So you really need to think about the timing and the spacing and everything. And you really need to plan your shots. And then when you come back to animating a cutout character, I find it helps a lot in that regard. His arm come this way. His arm come this way. Zoom in. Now this foot, we can do that. We actually no. I'm gonna keep it turned this way. here, this down, and then we'll go here like that. So kind of dynamic. I mean, I think it'll be better if we did when we do a punch and like a whole combo. But I think for now, this will get the idea across. So let's go here. Now we really clean it up. Right now it's so easy. Hip switch. Yeah, so I guess because we missed the animation stream this week, we'll do it next week. Instead of rigging, we can do some more dynamic poses. I can show you guys that way. Is anyone working on any projects, any personal projects, or like short films or something, or character rigs? Let me know. You guys can even post it in the Discord. Here we go. Let's zoom in. I know posing does take long, and you do want like, hey, oh, let's get to the animation already. But like, realistically, you want most of your time to be spent in the posing stage. Like when I'm on a show, I'd say 80% of my time is posing, and then like other 20% is animation. If you pose things correctly, it's going to be a lot faster, and your animation is going to look a lot better when it's time to actually like add the tweens and stuff like that. All right. All right, strong poses are super, super important. Here. This way. Whatever, like the foot doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, let's do the arms, and then we should be good to go. Let's match the hips. For dynamic movement too, a lot of it's a good idea to always be changing the line of action. So the line of action is just like, if you draw a line through the character, like the overall rhythm of the body. So like here, the body is like curved that way. So it's the line of action is like a C curve in this direction. And then we flip him, it's more like an S curve in the opposite direction. Right? So stuff like that really helps your posing and your animation become more dynamic, I guess you could say. So I want to get some overlap, but I'm not exactly sure how to do it in this rig. So we might not get that. Here, he's got the shoulder. I like these shoulder bumps, actually. I usually don't put shoulders in my rigs, but I'm kind of liking it. Kind of deviating from our draw over, but that's okay. Right? This works a little bit better. Any World Cup fans out there? I know it just started. Canada, I think, lost. I didn't see the game, but I heard they played pretty well. Literally, when I'm finished, I will send. Yes, please do. I love seeing everyone's rigs. You know, I always learn so much. There's so many talented fucking riggers in our in the Discord. Rigging's fun, you know, but some people are just really, really good at it. And for me now, like, since I'm not working in Toon Boom at the moment, it's nice to do these streams and kind of, oh, so maybe I can overlap it this way. Brush up on my Toon Boom knowledge, because it's very easy to forget. That's how you add the overlap. Okay. Here we go. Here, this. We're almost there. Then we can leave. Actually, let's give him an open mouth. There you go. Maybe move here. No, let's not do that. All right, we can turn off this. Oh, that's not a nice looking pose at all. Okay, let's see. If we drop his head this way, look a little better. Okay, nice. The second pose is a little weird. But we have our two dynamic poses, and we're going to have him like move really quickly from one to the other. So time it out. I'll probably need like only a few frames from here. He's going to ease out of this pose and ease into this pose pretty quickly. So we'll go 2, 4, 6, 8. We'll try 8 frames. Okay. I'm thinking about the timing and the spacing right now. We can just add a tween and see. When we play this, right, not dynamic at all. So let's go here. Let's add an ease. Let's see. Let me try 65 and 85. Apply, close. So now we have an ease here. Let's stop it there. Right, so he's moving quick. I like that. So 1, 2. So now what we need, we usually do like a anticipation, overshoot, and a settle. I'm just deciding if I need an anticipation or not, because sometimes you don't need one to go from pose to pose. Like I could just pop right from here to here and drag the frames. Let's give him one though, so why not? So here, let's go 2, 4, somewhere in the middle. Or actually this pose. I'll keyframe this. I'll get rid of my tweens now. I'm going to anticipate in the opposite direction, just slightly though. You don't want it to be too much. So let's drop the arms, the shoulders, before they come up, right? Let's have his head drop down. So this frame, if you want to say, is where you can really get some interest in your animation, right? Depending on how crazy you make your anticipation pose, right? In this case, it's our breakdown pose. We can really get some crazy animation. I don't know where the blinks are. Red Devi Ball. Hi, how's it going? Well, they're taking my dog for a walk upstairs, or our dog, my dog. I'm doing great. Super good. Thanks for joining the stream. Do I want these shoulder bumps? No. Maybe. Okay. So here we have the arms anticipating. I can do like we're gonna stick this foot. So he's gonna plant. He's planting on his back foot, which means that's not gonna move as much. But even so, I can also drag this foot here and delay this movement as well. Right? We'll drag that there. Click this and move it there. Bend his legs a little bit. And maybe we can even drop his whole body down. So let's see the waist or the hips. We'll drop it down by a few clicks. Upper body. Drop it down by a few clicks as well. So now we're getting a nice curving action as well. So we have a right. So here, I'm gonna drop this guy and move this guy over as well. Right, a slight anticipation down. And now we're gonna turn. So if we let's play it, I'll show you. Right, already looking good. We have a slight anticipation and a pop-up like this. So let's turn this frame into our overshoot, and then we'll have him settle for a few frames after. So let's extend this. Right now he stops here, but we don't want that. So we're gonna copy this frame and move it. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4 frames down. Now here, we can grab, for example, his whole body. He's coming forward with quite a bit of like force. So we can move his body a little bit. Nice. Well, I hope so. Are you an animator? Are you in school? Do you just do this for fun? Right? So even that little overshoot and settle, it makes it a lot more snappy. Let's see if it plays. I wonder if I want you to see it. It's skipping. I don't know why it's skipping. There you go. Right? So that was kind of the trick. That alone, you have a little bit of an anticipation. Well, here are the steps. First, you do an ease in and ease out, very high ease. Then you take like the second frame, delete your eases, and turn that into a small anticipation. And then you change your final pose into an overshoot pose. That's pretty much the formula for pretty good dynamic action. Nice, man. Do you use Toon Boom, hand-drawn stuff, cutout animation? What do you like to do? Now, the trick here is now we got to make it look a little less robotic and natural. Overshoot these arms. We'll bring them up. And what we can do also is have him come up like this. 1, 2. 1, 2. Straighten the legs slightly. Oh, Adobe Animate. Ooh. That's a tough software to use. Here, Look at that, overshoot the arms, and now they come back. We can even take this a step further and do the eyes. Up, head up. Let's see. Right, look at that. Already snappy. So let's move our anticipation here. And now we got to think about our spacing again. So I want to slow out of this pose. Or do I? Let's try. So if I slow out of this pose and slow into this pose, and then we slow out of it again, and then slow into our last pose, let's see what that looks like. So we'll add regular tweens. We play it, right, pretty fast. Let's adjust our timing. So let's slow in. We'll go like 30. Let's do 45. And then we'll ease out 35. 0. We don't want any ease on this one. And then we're going to ease in 70. You didn't go with Marlowe, Claude?
No. I wasn't ready.
Right, so we're getting a nice snappy motion. It might be a little too fast, though. So let's try this instead. Let me see how this looks. I'm going to take away this ease. I'm going to take away this ease as well, because this motion is already pretty close together. Then we're going to go 35, ease in to this pose 70, and then just have this a normal tween. Let's see how that looks. It's looking a lot better, right? Let's loop it. Okay, right? So playing around with your spacing, right? That makes a lot of the difference, right? The first kind of spacing combo that we did, it didn't turn out very well. But this gives me a lot better motion. So now let's take this a step further. So we ease out of this pose. But let's add a few more frames to add some more cushion so we can get more of like an impact, more of a snappy movement. How do you know the values? Okay, so yeah, so the way it works, this graph editor, okay, wait, you got to choose a frame, right? You pick the graph editor, and these represent the frames on your timeline. So that's frame 1, right? This is frame 5. Easing out of a pose, that's like you slow out of it and it speeds up. That's on the right time ratio. So the higher this number is, or like, I'll just show you an extreme example, right? You slow in and speed up, the graph kind of increases on this side. Right? And if you slow into a pose, so now we're on frame 5 and we're coming into frame 5, the graph goes up on this side. So like higher values on the right, that's an ease out, and higher values on the left, that's an ease in. Okay. Right, so we were here, but we want to add a little more cushion. So here, I'm going to go to this frame. I'll keyframe 1. And so this position is locked. And now I'll press the plus key. Let's just plus everything at once. And now we have more time, so a heavier ease here. So that's kind of how you can add ease in and ease out without using the graph editor. Let's plus it one more time and one more time. So let's see how that looks. So now when we play, right, it really cushions, which is what we want. So I'm going to mark this frame in red because it's a keyframe. These are keyframes as well, so I don't get lost. Right, that's an overshoot. This is a key. Here. And now we can let's try it on the other side. So let's keyframe this. And now we'll plus everything. 1, 2. Let's just do 1. Right, so now it slows in even more. Right, looking good. We can even let's try this. Let's add one more. This may be too much time. I think it works. I think it falls through the rig. Yeah, that's a huge tutorial, guys. If you're looking for how to do a 360 rig, Matt Watts, he breaks down the whole process, like every step of the way. It's so in depth and there's so much detail, and it's completely free. So you could either like go to Toon Boom and pay them like $1,400 to teach you the same thing. So if you're looking to do that, look up Matt Watts on YouTube. He's huge. Okay, so this is fine, guys. Look, where are we? 52 minutes. Now we just need to. Oh, he's back. We just need to delay some of the parts of the body. So we have our snappy timing, right? We used a pretty heavy ease, and then we did this keyframe trick to really make it real snappy, right? It slows in, speeds up real quick, and slows down. But now we gotta delay the arms a bit. We gotta delay parts of the body so it's not moving at the same time. It's not stopping at the same time. So we go. So as it comes down, and as we ease up, I'm going to grab these arms, and I'm going to delay them. So I'm going to drop them down. I'm going to drag them behind our character. Like even the wrists, like this. What are you doing? Here, right? We can even, can I select both these arms? Nice. I can draw both the arms down. Right now, see how we're getting an arcing motion? And it's really loosening things up. Right, so here, I could even, I like that. So here, maybe I could, this foot step. What happens if we do that? Right, that's looking even better. Right, and that's on our like ease keyframe. Nice. So I'm liking that. Now what we can do here, let's do the hair first, and then we can I'm having trouble making bone tools. In Animate or Toon Boom? Because in Toon Boom, I feel the bone tools, you don't really need to use them ever. Okay, so now let's do the hair. Let's go, right, let me just play it again. Right, that's pretty dynamic. Nice, it's good. So let's do, oh yeah. Even in, don't they have a new like puppet system, like a rigging system in Animate? Now let's go on the hair layer. And now we kind of just go with the motion. So here, the hair's not moving. He's not moving pretty quick. Same with here. He's not moving that much, but on this frame, the hair is going to be dragging a lot because that's a pretty big motion. Now we can use the deformers. It's best not to get too crazy with the hair, but you can do whatever you want. All right, so here, and same thing, we're going to overshoot this hair, but what we're going to do is we're going to drag these frames, 1, 2. So now the hair finishes after the body. So we go here, let's add an overshoot. So we'll move the hair up, just like that. Much. Right, and now it finishes after the body is done moving. Oh, how do you do it? I'm still working on that tutorial. It's pretty simple. If we have time, I can show you, but I don't think we will. But it's pretty easy. Right, so here, that's one piece of hair. Now let's get the other piece. So here, the hair is not going to be moving, but here it's going to be moving. Oh, was that your phone? You could be. You guys see the dog? Mardo. Hello. Hello. Okay, so here, watch. You go back like this. And overshoot a little bit. Not as much. Nice, man. That's huge. Okay. Let's go this. Let's kind of drag this. Do I want to do that? Let's go here. And I'll move this up 1 frame. Or no, 2 frames. We'll keep it the same. Right, and that really helps. Right, the hair, it moves a little too much for the action, but I think we can get away with it. Ah, Joseph, no worries, man. Nice you made it. How's it going? Do you use deformers on deformer? Deformer on deformer. I don't know what that means. But like I do manipulate multiple, like 2 deformers on 1 piece of art. You can. I don't really like to do it, but you can do it. Okay, so now let's do the arms, and then we're pretty much done. Look at that, 1 hour perfectly. So here, we can kind of use a trick. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, so deformers on different pieces of art. You can do it for like arms. You can do it for the mouth. You can do it, yeah, basically arms, mouth, legs. You can, but it's just if you need it, right? If you need to do it, do it. If you don't, then there's no need. So I'm going to move this arm, I'm going to delay the frames by 2 frames. So now this arm stops moving after the body. Right? See how that breaks up the action? Nice. And now here, maybe I can even extend it a little bit more. And this might be a little too much. If we go like this and drag the arm. Yeah, see, that's a little too much. So let's just go back to what we had. So now when we play, for me, so you guys can see, that's a pretty good dynamic pose, right? Things are happening at different times. It looks very fluid and nice. So let's stop this for a sec. The last thing we got to do is you got to convert this to 2s. So where is it? I'm going to select all my animation, even the white frames that happen after. And I'm going to go this, convert to 2s, press OK. And this should fix like any imperfections, any weird tweens we have. There you go. And that is our dynamic pose. So next week, I can have a couple poses already ready. And then we can do a longer animation, maybe like a punch kick sequence. That could be fun. But yeah, so right now, 2 dynamic poses we had. We kind of have some real snappy timing. And also, too, like one last thing is Rick and Morty cutout. Yeah, it is. It's cutout characters. If we wanted to kind of add some more cushion to this, we just got to make sure our tweens are at 0. We'll just go through a piece of 0. Oops. And whoops. 0. Okay, and now we can add another tween here and do our same ease trick. So we'll plus everything 1, and we'll plus it 1 again. So now it really, right? There's more ease when he starts, or even when he stops. We can go here. Right, from here to here, maybe. Let's try. Boom. 1, 2. Now we can stop. Right, and that looks really good. I like that. Do you use peg selection? Well, the stream's going to be over anyway, so yeah. I really want to be a cutout for your animator. Nice, man. Do you use peg selection? Peg selection. Like selecting things with pegs? Yes, I do. Just like that. Okay, guys, so that's it. Any last questions? Because the stream's over. We're 4 minutes over. Our next one's going to be on Tuesday, next Tuesday and Thursday. We do them every Tuesday and Thursday now. So, you know, come by. This was a really nice one, guys. We had a good chat going. A few viewers. That was really nice. So thanks for stopping by. and I'll see everyone in the next stream. If you have any other questions, post them in the Discord, and we can answer them there. I have a question. What's your question? Quickly before I log off. No, well, just post it in the Discord. Okay, guys. Oh, can we maybe do a collab? Yeah. Message me either on Instagram or on Discord. Right? Tell me your idea. Message me there, and we'll see what we can do. All right, guys. That's it. I'll see you later. Ciao. Thank you again.